Today we're going to talk about one of my most favorite things in the whole wide world. It's something I've gotten super geeked about way before I even knew what it was, and that is mid-century modern. You've heard of it, you've heard me gush over it, but what exactly is mid-century modern? If you're interested in finding out and hearing some exciting news I have about a new series I'm doing, then stick around. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I just want to say, if you did click on this video and you've never been to our channel before, I am so excited that this is the video you chose because I love mid-century modern. It is integrated in every part of my life, and I'm so excited to bring this video series to you that I'm announcing today. If you've never been here before, my name's Victoria, and I'm part of a 3-person team here at Super Geeked, where we celebrate everything we get super geeked about. And this video today is going to be an introduction to what mid-century modern is, because it's going to be the start of a video series I'm doing here on YouTube where we talk all things from the atomic era. Mid-century modern was an American design movement in the era after World War II from 1945 to 1965. It influenced all areas of design, from interior design to architecture, both residential and commercial, from product design, packaging, graphic design, advertising. All of this includes that mid-century modern design aesthetic. Mid-century modern is defined by simple lines, non-embellishments, and honesty and use of materials. You can see mid-century modern influence everywhere, even today. The reason why it works in today's aesthetic is because of the simplicity of the design. It's cool, it's sleek, it's sophisticated, and even sexy. Some would argue that mid-century modern was actually born in the 1930s out of a blend of the industrial movement and Bauhaus. Bauhaus was a movement in Germany right before World War II, which was ultimately halted because of the war. But we saw an influx of Bauhaus influence after World War II as there was a lot of migration from Germany to the United States. The 1939 World's Fair in New York City brought geometric shapes and clean lines of the Bauhaus and Danish modern movements into the American consciousness. However, it wasn't until after World War II with the suburban boom that we really saw that influence come to fruition. The new design style was about form and function. Americans were emerging into this new life post-war, and American style began to embrace looking towards the future. It was the era of Sputnik, astronauts catapulting into space, of the Eisenhower administration giving way to the Kennedys of Camelot, of the Twilight Zone and the Jetsons. So now let's talk about what I meant when I said that it was an honest use of materials. We're going to talk about mid-century modern furniture designers as an example. These designers set out to really celebrate the industrial materials that they were using, rather than covering them up with batting and fabric. They really put them on display. They never tried to disguise the materials as anything other than exactly what it was. For example, if you look at the Eames plywood chair, you can see the real understanding that the shapes that the chair created only enhanced the materials it was made out of. It really enhanced that natural function of the wood into a form that became a beautiful work of art. And that really is quintessentially what mid-century modern is. Design from this period juxtaposed sleek lines with organic shapes and using new materials to reimagine traditional pieces. The looks were futuristic, but not a total departure from the past. So a few little facts about mid-century modern. The name mid-century modern was actually coined in the 1980s by Kara Greenberg when she published her book about 1950s furniture. Also, you'll see a lot of mid-century modern design was heavily influenced by Scandinavian, aka Danish modern, and Japanese design from this time period. And also in knowing that mid-century modern is all about simplicity, it makes total sense, especially when we talk about architecture, that there is a strong connection to nature. And you'll see that heavily in architectural design when we get into that part of the series. So giving you a basic overview of mid-century modern, I'm so excited to announce that I'm doing a new series here on YouTube about all things mid-century modern design. Some of the areas that I'm going to focus on are architecture, graphic design, destinations, think Palm Springs, the Salton Sea, Wildwood, New Jersey, furniture, American pottery, interior design, major players of mid-century modern, design styles, and even fashion. This video series is so close to my heart and something I'm very super geeked about. I have loved mid-century modern since before I knew that it had a name. I grew up being surrounded by women who were very much into collecting antiques. I went to a lot of antique auctions, dealer shows, antique stores, festivals, you name it, I grew up going to. I have one grandmother who was very passionate about Victorian furniture, so I have a really good understanding of that era and time. However, I was always drawn to the blonde wood, the atomic shapes, the pastel colors, all the things that are mid-century modern. And I was fortunate that my other grandmother, who designed her house in the early 1950s, never updated her home. All of the furniture she ordered and purchased during that time period is from that era, including lamps, fiberglass lampshades, pretzel rattan furniture, and guess who inherited all of it? She really fed my love for mid-century modern, and I'm so grateful that I am able to keep these pieces alive and cherish them for another generation. As a longtime collector of mid-century modern, I look forward to sharing my knowledge with you, but also being able to let you take a peek into my own personal collections. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, be sure to subscribe to our channel, hit that little bell notification down there so you know when we come out with new videos. And stay tuned because I even have a surprise for y'all during December when I'm doing a series on my vintage Christmas decorations. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye!